Hello friends, in this session we will try to identify the asymptotic notations. In algorithm analysis, there are basically three asymptotic notations. The first one is big O, second one is omega, and the third one is theta. All these three asymptotic notations are specifically used for identification of time complexity or in some cases space complexity. Let us try to identify one by one. Before going to the identification of big O, omega and theta, let us try to understand two terms. The first one is f of n as it is visible here, and the second one is g of n. The third value which is visible over here, that is c, that is a constant value that depends on the factors at runtime. If you can observe, Fn is the actual cost which we are calculating for an algorithm at runtime, and g of n is the estimated cost. C is a constant which is depending on g of n. That means there are some factors which are available at runtime which we have to take under consideration. Those are identified with C. Let us take an example which is apart from algorithm analysis. Let us consider some person wants to build a construction. Some person wants to do a construction. That person will go with the map of the plot to an architect, and that person will submit the requirement that I want to do such kind of construction of a bungalow or a society. Give me the estimate. Now what an architect will do? Architect will calculate the requirements and it will try to identify how many factors are there for this particular construction. Now how many things are there which will be taken under consideration by an architect? Architect will try to understand where should be the entrance of the building or that construction. How many floors should be there? How much amount of carpet area will be there? How much amount of built up area will be there? How many surrounding factors are going to affect this particular construction? How we can increase the attractiveness by making its facing at a particular site? All these points will be taken under consideration by an architect, and that person will design a plan for that construction. When that plan will be ready, the architect has to calculate the timeline for completion of their construction so that the client should get the tentative deadline when that construction will be over. This particular calculation of timeline is important because according to that timeline, various factors or various materials which are required for the construction, they are supposed to be brought at the site. So architect is a person who is just going to do compilation of the complete project. Now come back to the examples of algorithm analysis. This particular example is exactly applicable to the algorithm analysis. Whenever we are going to visit the architect, at that time architect is going to calculate g of n. Architect is keeping in mind some of the factors which are at runtime. Consider in rainy seasons we cannot do faster construction, so that will go in C. F of n will be the factors which are at the runtime. As per the architect, if the architect is predicting that this construction will require 2 years, but suppose because of some more number of factors, it take 2.5 years. So Fn will be 2.5 years and g of n will be 2 years. For matching between f of n and g of n, C is considered. Now let us try to map this particular example with the algorithm analysis. Whenever we are writing an algorithm, we are trying to map that algorithm in the best case, average case, and worst case. As per these factors, we have to identify what will be the tentative amount of time or complexity that particular algorithm take in an average case. So that will be G of n. But what will be the C? C will depend on the current test case. That means what type of elements an user is going to supply to that algorithm. So that is completely unpredictable. That's why C is kept as a constant along with the average cost analysis. And f of n will be the behavior of that algorithm at runtime. Depending on the comparison between f of n and g of n, we will try to identify which particular asymptotic notation is applicable for its time complexity. Now we will think about big O. When we can say the particular algorithm is having the calculation big O. Consider f of n is equal to big O of g of n. In that case, f of n should be always less than g of n. That means f of n is a lower bound of g of n. That means the predicted value will be always more, but the actual value will be always less at the time of execution. Let us try to map this particular thing with the example of construction we have taken. We will go to the architect and we will ask how much amount of cost will be required for this construction. So the architect will tell us, but keeping in mind our requirements, G of n. That is, it will tell at the max you will require 1 crore 10 lakh rupees. But in actual, you consider that it will be always less than 1 crore 10 lakh rupees. That is in the worst case. So f of n will be always less than G of n. That means if architect has predicted 1 crore 10 lakh rupees budget and we have done expenditure of 1 crore, that means 1 crore is always less than 1 crore 10 lakhs. That means f of n is big O of g of n. So f of n is a lower bound. It is a less value as compared to the predicted value. So this particular notation is identified as a big O. There is one more notation, that is omega. In this case, the situation is exactly opposite. The predicted value is always less than the predicted value is always less than the actual value. Consider architect is telling us that G of n is 90 lakh rupees and you will require 2 years for the construction. But during the construction of 2 years, we require 1 crore rupees, that is f of n. That means f of n is upper bound of g of n. That means architect will tell us you consider you will require minimum 90 lakh rupees for your construction. In this case, f of n is the upper bound of g of n. So that is considered as f of n is omega of g of n. There is one more asymptotic notation that is called as a theta. So this particular asymptotic notation is the average value of upper bound and lower bound. In this diagram, you can identify f of n is the average value of C1 into G of n and C2 into G of n. So, if a construction requires at runtime exactly 1 crore rupees, C1 into G of n will be 90 lakhs and C2 into G of n will be 1 crore 10 lakhs. So, this is the approximately average value of both the fields. So, if such kind of situation is there, in that case, f of n is theta of G of n. We have discussed here the example of building construction, but the same kind of values can be applied whenever we are doing time complexity analysis of an algorithm. we can say about algorithm or we can predict about algorithm, it will take maximum 1000 clock cycles and it will take minimum 900 clock cycles. So in that case, accordingly resources will be applicable or they will be allocated for calculation of complexity of their algorithm. So these things belongs to the prior analysis and posterior analysis. Prior analysis is done before execution of the algorithm and posterior analysis is done after execution of the algorithm. Both the values are considered and improvement in the algorithm is suggested. So asymptotic notations are very useful whenever we are applying some strategies for the calculation of complexity in methods like master's method. So this is all about the asymptotic notations. Thank you.